do you think of the build so far, Jim?
I love it. I think that right there is just as cute as it can be. It's awesome. And I am going to change my roof coating. I'm going to sand all my roof and put the same stuff you put on there.
You decided to go with Henry's?
Yes. Yes, I did. You know what convinced me?
What's that?
When I walked up there last night, the sun was still up and the roof was cool.
Yeah.
Literally, I don't know how it does that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like not getting paid for this. I paid for it, and it's not a sponsorship. But like you really have no idea until you go up there when it's super hot out and your feet are cool when you're walking on the roof.
Now I just have regular enamel paint on mine. It's an implement paint from Tractor Supply. But when the sun's on it, it's hot. I was working up there the other day and I just sat down on the front of the bus. It's all painted with that enamel, but that is hot. And this was cool. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, Wes and I were
just up there.
Yeah, when I stepped up there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, it wasn't just neutral. It felt cool.
Yeah,
which is cool. Crazy.
Yeah.
Like Wes and I were just on the roof right now getting the solar panels lined up, and we're just leaning down like on it, sitting on it. And I don't know if it was yesterday or it might have been yesterday. We're like, man, if we didn't do this roof coat, we would not be sitting down without spraying the roof.
Yeah, we'd be up there soaking
it's
the roof,
true.
getting it wet, cooling it off.
And I'm also gonna paint the roof on that bus too, my tool bus.
Yeah.
Because that bus gets so hot inside, and if it makes that much difference, it's well worth it.
Yeah, and it also seals it. That's another reason why I really like it. It seals every hole, every rivet.
Yeah.
Waterproofs everything.
Mm-hmm.
Seals up.
It does feel kind of soft, rubbery kind of feeling.
And that's going to be the big test. Is how long is it actually going to last?
Right.
But $220, hopefully a long time.
So now we've got the rails up on the roof. So we're going to mount these panels to the rails. Basically, I've got to notch out a couple areas and drill some holes that coincide with the bolts that are up on the rails. So I got it back down here, just going to do that, get some holes drilled, notch some stuff out, and we'll get them back up and bolt it in.
So we're essentially just doing one at a time, going up, testing, bringing it down.
Yeah.
And at the moment, we still just have the 6 panels. The other panels are on their way from, or they're about to be on their way from Easy RV. These are the 170 watt panels. So
4 more panels are on the way, so we'll have a total of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep. So 1,700 watts.
Awesome.
Let's do it.
Ready.
All right, so we are looking at how this AC might be mounted on the back.
Yep. So we've got these 3 places here we can attach to, so I can put a bar straight across and one up high, of course, up here, and then determine where the legs come down and put 45-degree angles coming down and build a platform for it on the bottom for it to sit onto. But the thing is, it requires 12 inches of clearance from the back, which I think we could probably reduce that to 8 and still have plenty of airflow, no problem. Then we got 13.5 inches, so that puts us right about 21 to 22 inches out. So it puts us around this rivet here. What do you think about hanging that far out of there?
I mean, as long as it holds.
I think it would hold just fine, because we got some pretty good structure to attach to. And we'll bolt it, of course, rather than just texture it,
Mm-hmm.
Suck it down nice and tight. And I could use probably the 2-inch stuff on the top and the bottom. We have enough of it, or just the angle. We'll determine that as I go. But I think it'd be plenty strong to hold it here. But the thing is, it's going to be hanging back a ways. Would you like to offset that to one side or right in the middle? If you put it on one side, you can put it over here and run it up to, well, where's your unit going to go on the inside?
That's what we set to get figured out.
Okay. So we'll have to determine that. I guess what I'm saying is I could build a longer rack that attaches the whole thing, attach it on one side, and then you'd have a little bit back here where you can maybe put a couple 5-gallon water deals or something, kind of like I've got on my bus.
Let's do that.
For a little extra storage of stuff.
Because either way, the AC is going to go on that side. Like the head unit's going to go on that side or right here at the top.
Okay.
Right here.
Okay.
So I think if you put it on the side, what we could do is just do kind of like a rack back here.
Right.
And have it kind of like how yours is. Obviously it won't be as big, but just have a little bit of a rack to put, say, extra fuel tanks, water tanks.
Whatever, you know, you have a little extra storage back here as well. I'll just build it beefy enough to hold it all.
Sounds good. Wes has been drawing up the back deck
Yep.
of the bus.
So, another very rough drawing with some measurements.
That's how all good things start, apparently.
Yep, and things will definitely evolve from here, but basically this will be the back of the bus, and this is going to be the platform that the air conditioner will sit on. And we're probably going to move it to one side and then have some extra storage spots on the other side for water, fuel, that sort of thing. So it'll just be a cool little rack hanging on the back.
You ready to head to town?
Yeah, you ready?
So right now we're looking for a chest freezer they have on sale. They said they had 3 in stock yesterday.
A whole lot of Alaskan salmon.
Hold a lot of deer meat too.
Yeah.
So this is what we're running into. The 3.5 cubic foot unit. They said that it was in stock at, not this particular Best Buy, but one in town, and apparently they don't have it either. The 7 foot's too big. This is the 5 foot, and it's on sale right now. And we're gonna ask the manager down there, see her right there. We're gonna give her a sap story that we drove all this way.
Long way.
All this way.
No air conditioning, we sweated the whole way.
That's true, we didn't have air conditioning. So we're gonna see if I can get an extra 10% off. And it's just more of a fun thing with this new job I have. I don't mind getting told no. I don't get embarrassed, so. Yeah, it's Energy Star too.
Cool.
$26 a year, 218 kilowatts. Still haven't figured out that math yet, but. So we've been running errands all stinking day.
It's 8 o'clock. Much later than I thought.
Yeah, that's what happens. It's about an hour out here and an hour back.
Yeah.
Not including trying to run through Colorado Springs. Oh, the sun's starting to peek out.
Yeah. Some pretty clouds out there today.
We do consistently get some beautiful sunsets. But right now we are going to be looking through the metal, what we have, what we might need in the future. Probably take the bus and get more metal, unless we just need, I guess we don't need that long of pieces anymore.
Yeah, not really. We may have to get a couple 20-footers, possibly. We just have to thumb through and see what we have left over.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we're going to go almost 7 foot wide on some of this, so that takes up, you know, a lot of metal real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't realize it was 7 foot.
Well, if we're going to go clear across the back of your bus, about 7'6" roughly.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to do. So I mean, I have storage on one side for whatever. And
yeah, I was just thinking, not that I have a preference one way or the other, but I was thinking just along those metal supports in the back.
Okay.
And I'll show y'all what I'm talking about. At the back of the bus, when we did the roof raise, there's 3 main metal supports. So you have this guy, the one in the middle, you can see the rivets and go through there. So when Wes was originally talking about it, I thought we were doing from here out. If we're going all the way out, yeah, that'll definitely take up a lot more metal.
yeah, let me, you see where I put some marks? I'll pull this ladder out of the way. So your center line is here, and I figured I would come out to here with your rack, and then out to here with your rack, of course. So basically the whole width of your bus. Your air conditioner will be about this much of it on one side, and then you'll have that much for propane tanks, I guess, if that's what you think you want to put up here.
So far, that's the main candidate.
Right, so we'll have to measure my tanks, make sure the 20-pounders fit up here with your air conditioner, and make sure that's doable with what I have. May have to go a little wider or whatever, but another option is we could go your air conditioner right in the center and a tank if you want to keep symmetry back here.
I'm not worried about that.
Yeah,
I think it looked just fine with the AC on one side.
Yep, I kind of like it that way as well. I'm very symmetrical with my pinstriping and stuff, but I kind of like asymmetry on some of this stuff. Like my bus is asymmetrical on the back. Anyway, that's what I was thinking. The full back piece there would be completely...
Well, if it's getting custom built, might as well make it big.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Make it usable. And 22 inches is your height. So literally it goes up higher than your glass, the air conditioner does, or your door there. But it's going to be spaced away from about 8 inches, so it seems like it'll just barely clear it when you open that up, you know, open it and shut it.
Man. Nothing like Colorado sunsets.
It's raining over there.
Mm-hmm. You can kind of see, so if you look straight up, you can see how it's pretty dry here. But if you look around the rim where all the mountains are, all the clouds, that's where all the rain goes.
Big trees.
There's hardly, I mean, this is just how it looks here all the time. Just incredibly dry. Where all the rain gets naturally stopped by those mountains, dumps out there, and this area is just dry.
It's like a desert.
It is a desert, absolutely. So, that's the plan. We're gonna get some idea of what we have left with metal from the roof rack and the solar.